DNS stands for Domain Name System. You can think of it as the phone book of the internet. When you want to visit a website, your computer doesn't understand the name, like example.com. Instead, it needs a special number called an IP address. DNS helps by changing that website name into the IP address your computer can understand. This makes it easier for us to use the internet without having to remember a bunch of numbers. When you want to visit a website, your computer first needs to find its IP address. It does this by asking DNS, which is like a phone book for the internet. DNS takes the website name you typed and gives your computer the right IP address. Then, your website loads. This makes it easy for us to use simple names instead of hard to remember numbers. DNS is really important because it helps us use the internet easily. Instead of remembering complicated numbers called IP addresses, we can just type names like google.com. When you enter a website name, your computer asks DNS to find the right IP address. This way, you can quickly get to the website you want without any hassle. DNS makes everything faster and simpler for us. When you want to visit a website, you type its name, like example.com. But computers don't understand names, they only understand numbers called IP addresses. DNS acts like a phone book, turning website names into those numbers. This makes it easier for us to remember and use websites, instead of trying to remember long strings of numbers. So, when you type a website, your computer asks DNS for the IP address, and then the website loads quickly for you. When you want to visit a website, your computer needs an IP address, which is like a special phone number for that site. But remembering all those numbers is really hard for us. That's where DNS comes in. It's like a phone book for the internet. When you type a website name, your computer asks DNS for the IP address, and then the website loads quickly for you. This makes using the internet easy and fast. DNS servers are like helpers for your computer. When you type a website name, your computer asks the DNS server for the right IP address, just like looking up a phone number. The DNS server finds that number and sends it back, so the website can load. This makes it easy for us to use simple names instead of hard to remember numbers. Without DNS, using the internet would be much harder. Today, we're talking about different types of DNS records. First, we have the A record. This connects a website name to its IP address, like saying this name points to this number. Next, there's the C name record. This one points one name to another name, helping to keep things organized. These records help computers find websites quickly and easily, making our internet experience smooth. When you want to visit a website, your computer needs to find its IP address. This is where DNS comes in. It's like a phone book that helps your computer look up the website name and find the right number. First, your computer sends a request to DNS for the IP address. Then, DNS replies with the address, and just like that, your website loads. This process makes it easy for us to use simple names instead of hard to remember numbers. Now, let's talk about common DNS problems. Sometimes, when you type a website name, your computer can't find the right IP address. This can happen if the DNS server is down or if there's a mistake in the records. You might see an error message instead of the website. Other times, it could be slow because too many requests are happening at once. Understanding these issues helps us know why websites might not load properly. Did you know that DNS is like a magic phone book for the internet? It helps turn website names, like funsite.com, into numbers that computers can understand. Without DNS, we would have to remember lots of tricky numbers instead of simple names. When you type a website, your computer asks DNS for the right number, and then the page shows up. Isn't that cool? DNS makes everything easier and faster, helping us enjoy the internet without even thinking about it.